Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel.
Can we say it when I'm sat down, please?
Sorry. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel.
Let's all say it together.
Okay. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel.
It's not his channel then.
Hi everybody.
Oh, look, let's just get on with this one today, because
You don't want moody yet. Oh.
I haven't had tonight's tea yet.
Do you not want any faff?
No, wait, can I say something?
Yeah.
I recently turned 40, and yesterday, and you two promised that you would sing happy birthday to me.
Okay.
I got a haircut especially for your birthday.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
And you got one as well, didn't you?
No. When?
No, he wanted one big.
Okay, can we do alternating lines? Because I don't want to do the whole thing.
Okay. 3.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Okay, firstly, that wasn't about me. That was more about you two. But I guess that's the theme of the show, isn't it? So let's just crack on.
No, you're very spoiled.
What? Okay, so this episode...
I'm just going to leave you to discuss.
Yeah. DIVORCE.
What did you get for your birthday, Sebastian?
I got... Oh, did you hear what I got? Come back. Well, some of you may have watched Mark's channel before and seen us review Melody Festival and songs.
Mm.
Well, I got tickets to the Melody Festival and final in March 2020. I know, so that's going to make our videos even more important.
Oh my god, that's so exciting.
I know.
When did you last go to Melody Festival?
In 2012 when Loreen won.
Oh, you went then?
Yeah.
And that was a good win.
Yeah, I got alcohol poisoning, but yeah, it was good. But, I mean...
he doesn't drink.
No, not anymore. She won Eurovision after that, so, you know, this is a sign.
You're a good omen.
I'm a good omen, yeah. So, thank you very much for that.
So last week we watched Ted.
Yeah, we love Ted.
And I really loved Ted, yeah. We had a, yeah, I really liked Ted.
We've agreed not to order food in the middle of an episode, though, because I felt it ruined the flow of Ted.
Which is why I started with giving him a 9, and then I ended up giving him a 10, because actually I like a sense of holistic completion. And...
So actually, you've given 2 10s in a row.
I've given 2 consecutive 10s.
That was the first ever 10 you ever gave.
Yeah.
And then you gave 2. It's like Strictly.
Where they get carried away.
Yeah, they start giving 10s all the time.
But what I thought was interesting is that I gave 2 10s for very different reasons. So what I liked about those 2 10s was that actually they were quite polar, weren't they? They were very different.
Very different.
But it shows maybe like the range that Buffy can exploit, whether it's about a big storyline in the universe of Buffy or a more standalone, like intimate character exploration. It's interesting that both can be 10s. So
poor Joyce.
Great.
Poor Joyce.
She doesn't have much luck actually.
No.
I'm surprised her gallery hasn't closed down. You know, because she keeps getting interrupted by, you know, vampires or, you know, robots or... And actually, do you know what's funny with Joyce? Is that she could probably exploit an employee assistance program because she goes through all this trauma, but she seems to be none the wiser and she still has time to, like, have that lovely soft curl in that hair.
Let's put the episode on.
You looked like a streetwalker.
Yeah.
Then streetwalker. That's probably...
I can't believe she said that.
To her own daughter.
You're just too young to wear that. Do now make fun of your mother later.
Buffy could take a leaf out of her hair book, couldn't she?
Nice that they're out together, though. Good girl.
Oh.
Can't do that.
That is really naughty, actually. I always want to, though.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, you guys really never come up with any new lines, do you?
I ain't done yet.
Oh, my God.
Little responsibility is all I ask.
Yeah.
So don't you ever think about anything besides boys and clothes? Saving the world from vampires? I swear sometimes I don't know what goes on in your head.
One thing I have to say about that vampire, and all vampires in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, is why are they always so confident they're going to be able to beat her in a fight when she's killed hundreds of them? 6!
Yes!
No, he's not. He's an 8.
10.
9.
What?
I could not give her a 10 if I want.
10.
12.
No, I'm not playing this game.
Wife or not?
Sorry?
Wife or not?
Well, because I don't think it's right.
You know what? This
No, that's a
will work
lovely
better if we
jumper.
didn't talk.
It's not like him.
Well, it would work a lot better for me with the lights off.
Oh. That's really rude.
S-E-X.
Sex. I can spell.
Well
Sex
done.
drive in the human animal is intense.
A weird line.
Like that compares to kissing a guy who thinks the Hoover technique is a big turn on.
About having the faint interest in her vapid little chit chat just so you can get some touch. Now,
Another consequence of sexual activity. Anyone? Your egg.
I love this
Now,
guy. He's
kiss
cute.
your partner and come pick up your children.
He's so sweet.
What, the teacher?
The cuddly teddy bear teacher, yeah.
You wanna have a baby?
That girl looks like an ugly Holly Valance.
hey,
This one?
Yeah.
I know we just met, but isn't that Xander Jr. Holden? You gotta take care of the egg. It's a baby. You gotta keep it safe and teach it Christian values.
He looks weird.
He's Jewish.
Yes, I do.
It looks like he's wearing
Loads of makeup.
makeup.
I was
Like
just thinking-
loads.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, he
he's
probably
almost-
does wear makeup for the show, but like,
But
that's
it looks
loads.
like claymation almost.
He looks like a filter.
I think
We'll do fine.
this episode has a different
What
makeup
stresses me is
person because I think that's what I thought.
Oh, the hair.
Beautiful too.
Oh, the baby.
Just get another egg.
His brother attacked her.
It's a baby.
They made their reputation by massacring the entire.
Oh, I'm gonna get another drink. So I want
That was like,
Because Angel came on screen.
Go on this side.
well, I have to say, so far, I'm not really
Buying
invested.
this episode, no, nothing's really
What's
happening.
going on? I want...
Eggs. Oh, he's back for his revenge.
The Slayer. Yep. Ain't there hands on this?
I love that accent though.
Yep.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Nothing changed.
Is it? Well, did you live in Texas?
Yeah.
So you had
I used to
that-
speak like this.
Yeah.
Stupid question.
Basically, I love my old accent.
Take him.
Diapers, sort of, in theory, I guess.
This episode is really...
Night, Egbert.
Weird.
Why? No, because I don't like it when people have to talk their way through things.
No, it's not good.
It's not clever.
That's bad writing. But
Sebastian reached for his drink.
Storyline starts.
Jurassic Park.
I was thinking, I bet one of the eggs is going to be something awful. Or all of them, I guess. But is it going to call someone?
It's gonna set the alarm. Bitch!
love the effects, as always.
In
the ear.
In the ear, not noise.
Also a bit weird to break off from that scene. Oh, and it's not. It's moved on. Weird.
You're killing me. Parenting's a pain.
Wait till it starts dating.
Joyce is so proud of herself for these lines, isn't she?
Zingers.
Absolutely burned.
Which is another secret to conscientious egg care. Apply to scalding water in about 8 minutes.
You boiled your milk?
Yeah, I know it sounds cruel, but sometimes you gotta be cruel to be kind.
That would also be cheating.
You should be ashamed. He's missing? Presumed dead?
Presumed by whom?
Well, me.
I think we should give them a few hours before we give up on them completely.
Well, I think we should have learned our ears, Xander.
You are not feeling them, are you?
As much as I hate to say this.
What, them or him?
She's really gonna kill bad guys.
Both.
I just feel like she's better than him.
You can tell.
School has a security officer. Does your school have a security officer?
No, but we're not Americans, so we don't have school shootings every week.
Well, it's a bit intense too.
I mean,
Oh my
it's true.
god. Don't go down there.
Well, you're black and on your own, so you
Are a dead man.
probably about to die.
The plastic plates.
It's like Stranger Things.
Oh, it is a bit like Stranger
But
Even the torch is a bit like Stranger Things.
well.
Oh! I mean, I
do you
still
know
don't
what?
understand.
The last time we saw eggs were from Natalie French.
Yeah.
You're obsessed with Natalie
Well,
French.
she was one of my favourite standalone characters. I thought she was brilliant. But it's a different kind of egg, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a big
And
one.
what's going on here? Oh my god, it's horrible.
Don't iron your clothes, find them.
No! Because Buffy's mum was in that as well.
No!
That's not like you to do the jumping.
I
It's
just don't
normally
like
us.
spiders.
This looks like Scream.
Oh, it's screaming.
Or maybe it does have 8 legs. Maybe you're right.
Pizza. So hungry.
Willow, you okay?
Why shouldn't I be?
Your egg, is it doing anything?
Uh-oh. Possession or something.
A dream that you are grounded for the rest of your natural life, which means no after school socializing, no bronze.
Has she been talking for 8 hours? Straight through.
Yeah, but now school ends at 2:30. Shanice, is that your real hair?
Oh my god, they got a white girl asking a black girl, is that your real hair? It's such an awful thing to ask.
Look for? I mean, how are we supposed to figure out what this thing is?
Oh no.
That's a good shot. That's good.
You saw this and ran away?
What?
That was extreme.
What was that?
Probably the janitor.
Christ!
Oh my god, Joyce.
Oh my goodness. This one feels like the closest thing we've come to like a 1980s episode of Doctor Who. Like it's not.
Maybe.
Or maybe like
It
Star
feels like
Trek
more of a silly
or
horror
something.
movie.
Yeah,
No, to me, like a B horror, B movie. Is that what they call them? B movies? Yeah.
Oh. Bad now.
Yeah.
That was easy enough.
I'd say something found him.
Where would they get that conclusion from that? It's so weird, this episode. Ew.
Prehistoric parasite. The mother had.
Well, I think you've sussed it, guys. I think it's through there.
Guys, this really isn't a great time.
Oh, it's on back.
Just get rid of them.
This episode. Well, she still looks really weird though. Hang on.
Did I really hit you?
You knocked me out.
Did I hit you?
Yes, everyone hit me.
Good. I don't know if you hate you, but I didn't want to be left. You will not leave your room at any time except to go to school or the bathroom. Am I making myself clear?
I'm not sure that that's sort of within human rights. Angel's had 3 scenes this episode, and they've all been just to have a bit of a kiss.
Well, that was one of my favourite episodes ever.
Oh my goodness. Where are you going?
Just get a little drink.
What are your immediate reactions?
Does anyone need one?
Yeah, can you get me one?
Yes, I probably should actually.
Yes.
My immediate reaction is that
Oh God.
I...
That's probably a bit fizzed up now.
That's okay. I really think season 2 is not the best season because it's either great episodes or episodes like that which are just bad. And I was not looking forward to watching it. I knew what was coming. I did not like watching it. It's only because I know good things are coming that I watched it. And that is what I have to say about that. And now I need to pee.
What I was mostly thinking, actually, when you were when we were getting to the end, I was just thinking to myself, God, what am I going to say about this? Because I just don't really have anything to say about it, really. I think that was an interesting point you made, though, because I think you're absolutely right. It reminds me of the worst of Doctor Who. And it's kind of the worst of Buffy as well.
What gave Doctor Who
the 80s.
a poor reputation?
Mid to late 80s.
Yes.
Not all of 80s, but like lots of...
Sylvester McCoy onwards.
No, they late
Anyway.
McCoy's really good, but early McCoy's really shit. That's what it
Wow.
was like, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I actually didn't hate it as much as I think probably you two did.
You can't hate an episode which has no content. It has no purpose, and none of it was orchestrated in any way, shape, or form to produce humour, horror. There was nothing.
It was funny though. It was silly, campy.
No, that isn't. That episode is not camp. That episode is poorly constructed. Do you remember in the first season we said that the worst episodes were basically paper thin? That is like parchment. So there were things in it, but we have come to expect a lot more. I just don't know, like, what it's doing here.
Yeah.
So,
Ashley's really angry.
I'm not angry, but I'm just
I feel like he's something.
I'm exasperated.
He's given 2 10s, and now you're back down to earth.
God, I don't know what to say because there's, like, the lack of consistency then in this series is really weird. Because people have said it's, like, the best series, like you've just said, but
Which people? Who?
Loads of people
Yeah,
on here.
I know, not me though.
So things that we've come to love that haven't been in here. So we've come to love Drusilla. We've come to love Spike's accent. We've come to love interlopers from different countries, Empanada,
and Bianca Lawson
and Kendra.
Yeah.
So and what's really
and we got none of those.
What's really weird about this is it feels like it should have been episode 5 in season 1. It does not belong in this season. Like, the eggs should have been from Miss French because who didn't connect the two things? It doesn't belong in this season. Like, there is no reason why they let this be aired. It's not like the worst episode I've ever seen. It's not like it's horrendous. It just has no place. There were moments which were quite funny and quite,
Yeah, I think you enjoyed it.
I thought the horror moments were campy, actually. Yeah. I think they were silly, and that's what made them campy.
Who said it was a B movie?
Me, yeah.
So things like the blob or something.
Yeah,
and like
exactly.
the eye and the tentacles. But
the things clinging onto them and the thing coming out of the bag, all of those little ideas I appreciated, and I thought they were campy horror.
I agree.
And I enjoyed those bits.
It was a waste of my time.
One thing though, that having seen it a few times,
You've seen it a few times.
Well, yeah, in my life, because I rewatched this series a few times. So
the shit ones,
from beginning to end.
To be fair, I've done that with Doctor Who.
Yeah, like one thing I thought in the mall where she was talking to her mum, I kind of thought about if you grow up being gay, you have conversations with your parents where they're kind of like, you'll say weird things and you might drop like hints like, oh, I know not being gay isn't the same as fighting vampires, but this is a big gay audience. because the empathy with understanding what it's like to have a secret and your parents don't understand, and then you might have to explain your behavior in some ways in a weird way, and they're like, "You're so weird. Why do you do that?" Which I heard all my life. I like that part of it. So when I rewatch it, you pick up
You
on
find
things
bits that you enjoy.
Exactly, yeah.
I liked the whole scene actually in the not the whole scene in the mall, but I quite enjoyed Buffy and Joyce's relationship.
Something normal. Yeah.
And it was interesting. That they put Joyce in the next episode straight after having a big episode for her last episode.
Yeah.
And I mean, she didn't. There was no reference to it at all. But
one thing I will say, and this isn't, I don't think this is spoilering it, but the reason I don't think season 2 is as good as like other seasons is because the throwaway episodes are really just that. Whereas the ones that later on, I feel, are really good on their own terms. Some of my favourites later on are just good on their own terms.
It's fine to have one. No, it's fine.
It's
It's
fine,
absolutely fine to have standalone episodes.
Often it's refreshing.
Most TV shows do. That's fine.
But I think this is why I feel so disheartened by this episode is because we had a standalone episode, but what it did is it had an overarching purpose. So it wasn't part of the overall narrative arc of the season, but it still had a very clear intention about what it was trying to do and whose relationships it was trying to explore and all
it was
those sorts of things. But this one...
But maybe you can't see the overarching intention yet of that episode, is all I'm going to say.
No, you're wrong. Because...
Dear readers.
No, because I think I can tell when something's important or not.
Well, all I'm saying to you is maybe when you watch it back in context, maybe you'll see why it exists.
I guess you can never tell until you've seen everything. But as an episode on its own right, on its own merit, like it wasn't very good.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go, oh my god, that was really interesting. How that linked in later on.
For me, so the equivalent in season 1 for that episode was in terms of like being a B movie would have been I, Robot, You, Jane, which I know a lot of people don't think is a very good episode.
You mention it every time.
He
loves it.
I love
I
Robot,
always mention
You,
the puppet
Jane,
show
because it was consistently like tonally funny and like. I just don't think it had it. This one did not live up to its own expectations.
Yeah.
Is my main theme. So I don't hate it. I can't be bothered to like rage against the writer in this sense.
I mean,
do you know who the writer was?
No, who was it?
Not one of your faves.
No,
was it? Was it them?
No,
I
it
think-
wasn't.
Was it not?
Was it?
I think it's one of them. It's not that one.
Oh,
if I'd have seen
You wouldn't know.
Unmentionable,
Yeah.
I would have walked out.
Would have
would
worked
have just
out.
been, yeah, but I'm trying not to look at the writer now because it.
I didn't even look
primes
at
me
the
to have a
title.
reaction.
Oh, did they put a title on the
It's
screen?
called Bad Eggs.
Oh, okay. So I didn't see the title. I'm glad. I actually think we should try not to see the title because I think seeing Bad Eggs almost gives it's a plot spoiler.
Someone said that on the comments that
Yeah.
they don't because they're not actually shown. So when you see them, you can kind of preempt.
I think you can tell us afterwards every time. I think that's quite nice to know what the.
I want to tell you what the next episode's called.
No, don't.
Okay, I won't.
Poached eggs.
The sequel.
And that's why it was important in the scheme of the show because we do a whole season on eggs now. Rotten eggs.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess that's what.
I also kind of feel like when like in the past few episodes, like you can tell that they were enjoying what they were doing. I also felt like there was no energy in the. It was like sort of like by like painting by numbers almost.
Yeah.
So the characters weren't doing some of the new things or interesting things they were doing.
We've said that on a couple of episodes, and you can tell the difference between the actors when they seem to like a script and when they don't as well.
I think so.
It's very unprofessional of the actors, if I might say so myself.
But you know what? Sometimes you go to work on the Thursday, and for you might not want to do equations, and for you might not want to hear about what someone's having for lunch, and for me, I might not care about heart
It's not a
disease.
dinner lady.
What someone's having for lunch? Firstly, they don't have a choice, so I don't know what they're talking
I know,
about.
but you know what I mean.
You know what they're having for lunch.
Yeah.
It's already on.
And I think that episode is a bit like when you get a project at work that you don't really want to do, but you know that you have to do it because otherwise you're not gonna fulfil your like mid-year review, which is coming up in a couple of weeks actually, and so you have to do a sufficiently good job to meet your stakeholder expectations, Joss Whedon. But like actually he's quite busy, so he's not concentrating on quality control at this point. And what would have been really helpful here is someone to look after the continuous improvement of this series, because actually the quality here was very variable in this episode, and therefore, like, as a customer of watching this and as someone who's enjoying the general overall experience of Buffy, I feel like this is where I might have written a complaint potentially to like maybe the writing team or whoever was in charge that week of like storyboarding or something, because I just feel like I just feel like this would be at the point in the year, in the mid-year review, when you're like, don't rest on your laurels. Like, you've been producing some good work, but I can tell you've taken your eye off the ball recently because you've been getting a bit complacent, and you thought that I wouldn't notice just because I was busy doing other things.
I don't think I've ever asked anyone what they're having for lunch at work.
Well, that's not the point of my monologue.
Do you remember,
That's all I got from it.
do you remember Dinner Ladies
And-
with Victoria Wood?
Yeah, I love that. I also didn't like the makeup or the hair.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, Cordelia's fringe / American bangs, like there's too much hairspray in it at the beginning, and also Xander's makeup was almost like he had a Vaseline lens on it.
Yeah, he almost looked like a vampire. And also...
No, but in it with a tan,
But-
a peachy
Oh, do you
complexion.
think? I didn't think
Because it wasn't grey, it wasn't like a
But we did like Joyce's hair still.
soft curl.
Shall we rate it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Because I think Ashley said enough. I don't think Ashley's ever had a rant about any episode more than that one.
Part of that was his work review coming up. That was coming out. Because you were talking like that on the train as well. When you said I have to do the washing up and the...
So he just brings up the work review at
Yeah.
any juncture.
Well, he says we need a performance management review about how I've been doing the dishes and the laundry. So I'm
Because
like,
actually, viewers, if you have a dishwasher, it's a lovely modern convenience, and you can see that it's like you can stack things in regular ways, and what doesn't belong in a dishwasher, Sebastian, is a diagonal.
Buffy fans are gonna... I think they hate us more and more because we talk throughout the episode and we talk about ourselves, and then at the end we give the rating of the episode.
Yeah, but
And it's normally really low.
It's just like 4. We're basically just people having a chat
I
while
think we
TV's
do
on.
this more when an episode is generally like quite flat, because there's nothing really to say.
So what are
And
we scoring it?
we're giving more of ourselves, so that if you happen to have watched this, you can get to know us a bit better.
What's your score?
4.
My score is 1, 2, 3.
6.
Together, that's 13.
Oh my god.
Well, that ranks very low for us.
That is very low. That's
very
one of our
low,
lowest.
yeah.
So, and I'm at peace with giving it a 6.
What's rare though, Charmed Original, is that this one gives the highest score.
Is that all? Is that quite rare?
I think it is. I think one of us is usually quite hyperbolic.
Hyperbolic.
I grew up in Texas and they say...
Oh, like as in hyperbole.
Yeah.
Normally there's a 10 somewhere.
10, 10, 10s.
Roaming around. Right. Thank you very much for watching. If you like the video...
If you want to send me a birthday present, seeing as it's recently my 40th, you can do it via Patreon. Get your friends to subscribe.
Why are you saying... Never mind.
Why am I saying what?
No, I'm going to ask after the video's
The
finished.
what?
I'll ask after the camera's finished.
Okay.
What are you asking about his age?
Nothing. Yeah. I'm
How
intentionally not saying anything about it because I want to see... Yeah, I think you've done it on purpose. Right.
Done what on purpose? What,
Thanks
be
for watching.
bored?
If you like the video, then please
I'm a bad
comment,
egg.
like, and subscribe. If you really like the video, then please sign up to the patriarchy and the Patreon page, which is linked down below. Thanks very much for watching. See you soon. Bye.
Thanks for the downvotes. Bye.